Hello learners, welcome to Business Skill Unit, Module 4, Starting a Business. I'm your unit facilitator, Mr. Tanui Onyancha. This module has two topics, Starting a Business 1 and Starting a Business 2. These topics contain interactive learning content and continuous assessment in the form of multiple choice questions and true or false questions. In this section, we are going to learn starting a business 1, subtopic 2. By the end of topic 2, we will be able to, number 1, state the advantages and disadvantages of self-employment, and number 2, identify potential challenges when starting a business. Dear learners, self-employment offers flexibility and autonomy, but comes with financial uncertainty and increased responsibility. Let us look at the advantages and disadvantages of self-employment. The first advantage of self-employment is flexibility and autonomy. Self-employment allows you to have control over your schedule, work environment, and the projects you undertake by giving you the flexibility to balance work and personal life according to your preferences. We have examples there. The first example is flexible schedule. As a self-employed, you can open your work at your own time. You can schedule meetings at your own time. The other advantage is work environment control. You can decide on how your environment will look. You can decide on whatever changes to make on your environment. And the third example is choice of projects. In this, you can easily decide what to undertake as the owner of the business and activities to do. Now, I would like you to share with me why you think it is important for a business person to understand the advantages and the disadvantages of self-employment by answering the following question. Which of the following best illustrates the flexibility associated with self-employment? Number A, setting one's own work hours and schedule. Number B, receiving fixed monthly wages. And number C, working solely from a designated office space. And finally, the fourth one is being assigned task by a supervisor. The second advantage is potential for higher earning. Depending on your industry and dedication, self-employment can offer the potential for higher earning as you can directly benefit from the fruits of your labor without a fixed salary cap. Examples we have is the direct earning from efforts, opportunities for scaling, and avoiding income ceiling. Some of the disadvantages of self-employment are financial instability. Self-employment often involves irregular income streams, unpredictable cash flow, and the absence of employees' benefits like health insurance or retirement benefits, leading to financial uncertainty and need for diligent financial planning. Examples we have are irregular income, lack of benefits, as you can see from the pictures, and variable expenses. The second disadvantage is increased responsibility and workload. Being self-employed means shouldering all aspects of the business, including administrative tasks, marketing, customer services, and products, which can result in long work hours and high stress levels. Examples are solo operations, long work hours, and pressure of decision making. My students, some of the potential challenges when starting a business that you may experience or some of your relatives may have experienced are: the first one is corruption, competition. Nearly all businesses exist in sectors that are in operation with players who are enjoying certain advantages such as seniority, size, and customer base loyalties. So you must study them and be able to see how to fight for your space now in the future. Remember, you're going to experience competition. We have companies experiencing competition in the market. This is not something new, it has been there. Let us look at the examples that are there. The first one is crowded market space. You have seen companies that are there that are crowded in the market. A good example that I'm sure you have seen are the soft drinks is a good example. We have many companies that are offering soft drinks in our country, and you can have an option of selecting from the different soft drinks. The other one is the e-commerce competition. E-commerce, we have different platforms that are there. We can have a good example of online platforms, online buying platforms. A good example, we have the Amazon, eBay, Jumia, Kilimall. The third example is professional services competition. You may experience, I'm sure some of you have been doing freelancing, and now the professional area of uh, offering maybe designs. People are there, so many people are there to offer you their own way of designing logos. So from the professional aspects that are there, competition of services, you'll be prompted to choose what to have. The second one is unfair business practices. Some competitors use unfair business practices such as sabotage, spreading false information, threats, reducing their prices, and compromising on quality, stealing inputs, and evading paying taxes, all of which in turn will make your product costlier to your customers and generally unappealing. Examples are price fixing. As you can see from the picture, two people agreeing, two companies agreeing to raise the prices, exclusive contracts, and finally intellectual property theft. The third is corruption. This is related to unfair business practices and include paying individuals who work for government agencies that provide enabling services to your sector so as to give them unfair advantages. However, there is not much you can do to have an individual except to prepare to exit the market once you confirm their corruption. I'm sure you've seen this. A good example is bribery for permits. Some of our brothers, some of our parents are experiencing so much problems when starting a business because they have to get a permit. And for you to get a permit, some of these people, they seek bribery. As you can see from the picture, we have somebody asking somebody to sign somewhere in exchange of money. The other example is conflict of interest. Somebody has an interest in something, we are so many people interested in something, and now the ideas will conflict and we'll be having problems. The other one is fraudulent partnerships. Number four, legal barriers. Sometimes there may be laws that could either outrightly bar you from establishing your business or make it difficult to operate profitably. There is no much you can do here as an individual except to avoid establishing or close down in case you had established. A good example is flexible licensing procedures. The other one is ambiguous regulations, and finally zoning restrictions. I'm sure you've gone somewhere and you are told we don't allow this kind of business in this area. So that will be something that will affect you in opening the business. Now that we have learned about the advantages and disadvantages of self-employment and the potential challenges when starting a business, identify whether the following statements are true or false. Number A, flexibility, autonomy are considered advantages of self-employment. Number B, unpredictable income and lack of benefits are disadvantages of self-employment. Number C, intense competition and financial constraints are potential challenges when starting a business. And number D, corruption and unfair business practices are typically challenges encountered when starting a business. Dear students, now I need to give you an assignment for this session. You are required to carry out an activity by performing the following task. Visit any business enterprise in your locality. Identify some of the advantages and the disadvantages of being self-employed from the entrepreneur. Note down the advantages and disadvantages of being self-employed corrected. And finally, what I expected from you is post your answers in the group WhatsApp that we have. Thank you.